Grabando, FENCast, grabando otro episodio dedicado al mes de la historia de la mujer. Ahora mismo estamos en Wakey Monkey, San Germán, so se puede escuchar un poquito de musiquita en el background, coffee making and other such things. Pero dicho eso, estoy with a dear friend que he entrevistado previamente en el podcast. She does poetry, she does music, she does photography, and she's also an educator. But antes de continuar, ¿con quién estoy?
Hi, estaba hablando con Lilian Delgado, currently living in Cabo Rojo, Pepiniana, de siempre.
Nice. So, Lily o Lils, cuéntame, what's new as far as the arts go?
Well, right now it's kind of on a pause because I just got a new job teaching, but projects are well on their way. They're developing en cuanto a the photography se trata. I have a couple of people that I've been talking with, and I have also other photos that I've been working on, so that I can be putting them up very, very, very soon. So I'm hoping that my photography is kind of changes a little bit of as to what I was doing before, but still like keeping that essence of my photography.
Gotcha. ¿Esto se puede ver quizá later in the year o más o menos cuando esperas tirar cosas nuevas?
I'm hoping that during the semester and the weekends that I have free, I start posting. I mean, not like finishing up the post process and posting. So hopefully before the summer, there will be new material up on my page. Yeah.
Nice. And as far as poetry and music, ¿qué es la que hay con eso?
But poetry has been kind of on a pause. I have a lot of thoughts in my head, and my mistake is not recording them or writing them down. It's kind of been my sin, el pecado. So, but music, I'm still not yet singing. I know at the last interview we talked about me what I wanted to do in cuanto a música. I haven't found any gigs yet, although I have very close friends that are musicians, kind of like too involved in work, but hopefully soon I will be getting a choir up in the school that I'm working for, so that counts. For me, that counts.
Gotcha. Entonces, la última entrevista no me acuerdo si hablamos sobre education, but what got you involved in education? How has it helped you as a person?
Well, education at first was kind of like, okay, I need to study something that, I can make like a living out of, even if it's measly, scraping pennies, but something that I won't starve. So I've always loved music. I always loved arts, but I knew that being a music teacher in Puerto Rico, which is what I studied for my bachelor's, was going to be difficult. And I think it was when my last year for my bachelor's, they're already cutting off the fine arts departments in schools. So I went into English teaching, to have something, to fall back on. I really, to be honest, I kind of couldn't see myself so much as a teacher because I have a tendency of feeling insecure and I don't want my students to see that, and even though I don't know the material, I can plan ahead or whatnot, there was always like this part of me that but I did it anyway. And right now I'm teaching high school English, and it's going better for me than I thought it would. Actually, there's always those good days and those bad days. Those difficult students, whatnot, but getting to know them little by little after they've gone through a whole semester of having 3 different English teachers, at a time. I'm talking about one school, these groups having 3 different teachers in one semester, and like trying to get them, how do I say, more well organized, like this, more so they can feel like there's more consistency. To me, that's a lot. It's a burden that I have to, bear, like to show them, they can trust that I'm going to be here for as long as I can. And, so it's still in the, developing. It's still in the process, but it feels nice. It feels nice.
Gotcha. Estamos en el mes de la historia de la mujer, so I have to ask you, mention or talk to me about some women that have inspired you in the arts, education, and as a person.
Well, I wrote this list down before I got here, so because I knew I was gonna forget some names. I'm gonna start with the artists that are furthest away from me, and then come a little closer. In the arts, I'm definitely a big fan of these women photographers, like here I am looking for this list because I'm forgetful. Brooke Shaden and her surrealist photography. She does a lot of self-portraits, but she works a lot with like editing and portraying this feeling of surrealness, and at the same time kind of like dark in her photography. It's really, really nice. Christina Miliola, she's specifies in boudoir photography. She's really good. She's really good in like giving the boudoir with the artsy look kind of feeling. It's not just like women in their underwear. Most of the time when we think boudoir, that's what a lot of people think. So she's like, I really enjoy looking at her work. And Sue Bryce, who's a portrait photographer. Boudoir and portrait photography are like my go-to choices when it comes to photography. Even though I like Brooke Shaden's work, I find post-editing tedious. But these other 2 women, they have they're more straightforward kind of photos. Even if they do have editing, you can't really see that much of it in it. So it's kind of more raw, more to the point. And Jamie Beck, she does a lot of still photography and self-portraits as well, and I really like how she edits her photos to make it look like a painting. She's always in museums. She's always looking for antique art for her inspiration, and it shows in her photography. It shows in her editings. So I really, really like that. So coming a little closer, my very dear friends, Susana Galicia and Amanda Torres. Susana is arranges. She makes the arrangements for songs to be played in the quartet that she and my best friend, her husband, co-created, Cuerdas a la N. She quit her job to focus on her dream job, which was to work on music. And that's what she does. She sits at her computer, she makes the arrangements herself. And the work that they do, like she arranges the rehearsals and all that with either the quartet or the duo or whatever amount of musicians that they use. That's why they're cuerdas a la N. So she's like very dedicated to that job, and the work shows. When they play their songs, it's like wow. And they have like a huge range from like Baroque music to hits that you listen to today. I mean, they have a cover for Despacito. So imagine Despacito being played with cellos and violins. Yeah, it's really cool. They even have Juan Luis Guerra songs, and her work is just amazing. Her dedication to that, to Cuerdas a la N, and to making really good music. It shows, and it's great. And then Amanda's also a violinist, and she also teaches in La Escuela Libre de Música, and she teaches one of the basic orchestras, and she also teaches violin 101. She's also taught at the basic piano lessons. She's a very, very dedicated teacher. You can tell that she loves the work she does. She has her quirks. She's kind of like, I don't know, she's kind of like a funny going person, but she's really, she's really passionate about her work. And she's always trying to find new ways to teach. You would think that you can only teach teach a student to play violin just, one way, but she's always finding ways to push her students to go that extra step when they're not so even expected to at their levels. She's always, also doing arrangements so that her students can enjoy the music that they're playing. Yeah, you can tell that, she's always working. She's always working. The only day she has off is the Sundays. And yeah, she's great. I love her to death.
Nice. Aside from that, like, those are my questions. But is there anything else you want to talk about? Anything else you want to mention?
So yeah, I've been looking at these photographers and their work, and I put a lot of thought into which direction I want to go with my photography, what projects I should turn down, and which is kind of hard for me, and how I want my photos to look from here on. And I know that it's going to take some time and a lot of work, but I'm willing to, como dicen, quemarme las pestañas, stay up hours or sit for hours in front of my computer to get that look that I want. And if not, we'll just, shoot again, try again, shoot again, try again. But yeah, definitely trying to focus more on projects that I am interested in. And like I said, and turning down, because I'm tired of people, taking artists for granted. Yeah, we do a lot, and I think it's kind of unfair. When you're asked to do something that it really isn't what you would quite want to do, then they quite don't give you the credit for it. So yeah. So I mean, just walk away and work.
Nice. So, para cerrar, where can people find you?
So I'm on Instagram. I'm looking for my handlebar at the moment because I recently changed it. Okay, it's Lily D _16, and the Lily is with 2 eyes. Lily D _16. I think Instagram would be the best place to contact me. Yeah, and right now, the best place to see the work that I do. I mean, I have a lot more work that if the listeners are interested in looking at, then you can always hit me up, and I can give examples of what I've done, because I have done other things that are up on my page. I have done events, I have done weddings, I have done concerts, I have done portraits, professional portraits, that you can use for your LinkedIn page or whatnot. I did your portraits for your poetry book. So yeah, also boudoir, wedding boudoir, couples, portraits. So yeah.
Awesome. Pues, FENCast con Lilian Delgado en Women's History Month 2020, aka Lily, aka Lils. Hemos terminado. Thank you once again, ma.
Thank you. Peace out.